Hi there, in this tutorial I'm going to close off the barrel with a top and a bottom, and I'm actually going to get rid of the bulge by just first of all selecting the plank that is bent and go to current state of object. It will create a copy that is just a mesh, no bent, but it's bent, and I'm just going to get rid of all this other crap. And now I got a barrel and a straight plank. Now you can tell that because of the textures being copied, because the object is being copied, this looks pretty fake. But for this tutorial I'm just going to use the array tag or the array object and not the cloner. With the cloner I can actually put in multiple planks with multiple UVs on it and make it look like a natural barrel. I'm just going to skip that. What you want to do is put a lid on it and put a bottom on it and use as few polygons as possible. So I'm just going to select the straight plank and go to the front view, press O, and I'm going to select all the bottom polygons. Make sure that only visible elements is off, and I'm going to select all these polygons and just going to get rid of it. So what I'm left with is 4, 4, 1, so that's 9 polygons. Alright, I'm only going to see this side of it, so that's going to be sufficient. I'm taking the plank, I'm going over to the cloner and drop the plank into the cloner. This looks pretty odd, but that's because the plank was displaced, so I'm getting 3 copies right here. Now, obviously, I don't need them one on top of the other. I need them side by side. So I'm going to go to into the cloner and go to the Object tab. 3 clones is fine, but I'm not going to go over the Y. I'm going to go over the X. Now, if the rest of the barrel is in the way, just make it invisible or stuff it into a layer. And the layer, if you go to the Layers tab, can be made invisible, or even as a reference object it will work. But now the barrel is invisible. I can even make it visible in the object manager. It doesn't matter because the layer is invisible, and this array object is attached to the layer. Let's call it barrel. Alright, so now I have 3 planks, and I'm just going to move it over here and make that 4 planks. Let's go to the attributes editor and punch the cloner count up to 4. Let's see, go to layers, make this visible, go to the top, and let's move the cloner over a little bit so that it covers the whole hole. Great. Now, if I push H, it doesn't center, so I'm just going to do it like this. I'm going to introduce a cylinder because I want to use a boolean. Now, I'm not fond of booleans, but I'm going to use them in this case. So what I'm going to do is grab a cylinder. Let's scale this up to about here, which should cover the hole on the inside. And let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 or 12 copies. What do we have? Let's go to the attributes to see, and there's 12 copies, so there's 13 subdivisions. So I'm going down to the cylinder, and I'm going to push this to 13. That means that this cylinder, and 1, 2, 3, yeah, it looks about right. Let's rotate it around a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty neat. All right, and now I'm gonna just make this cloner editable. So I'm getting all these planks. These are all polygon meshes, and I'm just gonna make this into one single mesh. Again, conversion, connect and delete. So this is one mesh, but the planks are sticking out. I'm going to use this cylinder to actually snap off the excess material. How am I going to do that? First of all, get rid of this null node, which was the cloner, and now I'm going to go down to the boolean. I'm not fond of the boolean, but in this case it's really neat and handy. A subtract B. That means I'm actually going to subtract the cylinder from these planks. You can actually go to intersect. I think that works better because that means what they have in common. Now this cylinder, the hole, has to be a closed shape, so keep the caps on. I'm just going to push the cylinder into the boolean. That's going to be my B because that's going to be the second object, and just putting in the planks as the A object. This looks rather frustrating with the barrel still inside, so I'm going to flick that off. This is what you're going to get with the boolean. Looks pretty cool, and it completely covers the hole on either side, because I'm just going to make a copy because you can't see the bottom and the top at the same time. So hey, what the hell. This looks pretty good. Now the boolean has settings also, and you can make this into a single object, and that's a good thing. Height creates selection. No, that's all right. And let's just make this C for make editable, and I got this lid. Now you'll see some triangles, but really that's okay. In this case it's okay. You can even merge these if you really want to. Actually, I only see two triangles. This is fine. So now I'm going to just make everything visible again, and just go to the front view, push H, and just push this sucker up. So this is the lid, and just push it up right up to here. Then make a copy, and with the coordinates I'll just reverse, because these indents need to be reversed, so I'll just give it a -1, and I'll just push this down to here or something like that. Now the best thing to do for game engines is that the pivots are all set to 0. So if I go down to pivot mode and I'll go to scale, you see that this is a -1. I'll just set this to 1. That will reverse the normals, probably. We need to check that, but that will reverse the normals so that it will point outward. And there we go. We got a barrel. Holy crap. Still has too many polygons because there's a lot of polygons inside, but what the heck. I mean, you will learn to build simple objects, simple props more economically as you go along.